Hello, stranger. Hey, it's me. I'm back. I know. Thanks for wondering where I've been. I know it's been on the edge of your minds ever since I was last here, but I thought I would make, just like before, a bit of a vlog video to sort of go through where I've been and why I've been a little distance from YouTube, and just really to update on how everything's going in my life, so to speak. For the time being, it's only going to be a short type video as an introduction back into YouTube, but I'll get into that in a bit. But you may have noticed that there's been a bit of a rise and fall of my content over the past, since September really, when I went back to university. But going into October, Halloween time, things began to get a bit fucked up. There's no two ways to describe it. If you are someone who is going to go to university, or is someone who may be thinking, oh, that may be the line I'd like to go down, don't. It's not worth the stress. It's not worth the social stress. Much better just going out on your own. No, I'm joking. Everyone's life is for their own choosing to go through. But for me, I think, especially in retrospect to the video that I made, a year and a half ago, coming up to 2 years, when I said to myself, oh, I'm going to make a vlog. It's going to be about getting into university, first person in the family to really essentially do so. And it was a real high point in my life. I knew the direction I was going in, I knew the path that I was on, and I knew where I'd hopefully end up, hopefully being the operative word. And yeah, it it hasn't turned out quite so much as I thought. In retrospect to all that, come to today, and I'm on the verge of actually withdrawing from university. I know, shock, horror. No, what are you gonna do, sort of thing. Or it's a bit drastic, but more likely, it's going to be a case of putting a hiatus on the actual year and going back next year, as in 2018. Take a bit of a break. I'll get into the reasons why in a second, but that's essentially where I am. And yeah, a lot of stress, a lot of worry, a lot of panic, a lot of loneliness, a bit of hints. But yeah, be wary if you are one of those people who are going to go to university, or you've ever wondered what it's like. That it's not always easy, and it's not always that high road that you want to go for that always works out. But what happened, and it sort of links into the whole YouTube thing, and that is very early on in my second year, I had a bit is an understatement, but a falling out with the people I had lived with, and cast blame on whoever you want. But yeah, there was a big part in that I played, and it's something I've regretted really since it happened. But yeah, it happens. Shit happens. You move on. You get on with life, or so you think. So I had moved into a new house completely alone. I still had friends on my course and stuff who were a rock of support, and the family didn't want us to go back because they were worried about what would happen and things like that. But I went back. I was determined to finish the year. I wouldn't be driven out, so to speak. But that is essentially the crux of it all, what has happened. I had a period of about 2 or 3 weeks where I was off in October because I wasn't going to go back, and I decided I would go back. And the knock-on effect has been extreme, so to speak. So work began to pile up. I fell behind. I needed to try and sort of clear my head a little bit. If anything, I should have taken the break there and then rather than now, but hey ho, we move on. Yeah, and really the whole part of it all is a very low period of emotion. Family and friends know about it all that went on. It's something I didn't go through alone in the grand scheme of things, but when you are alone, essentially away from people that you've come to know and love, and then eventually fall out with, or in the side of course mates or whatever, when you live quite far from them, you do become isolated, you become alone, and that doesn't help at all. And I went back with the idea of, oh, okay, so at least I can focus on work now. And for a period that was the case, but when you need a break from the work and when you want to relax and you want to just come back to earth a little bit, so you're not just totally compartmentalized on which direction of work you're going in. It's a case of, yeah, there aren't exactly a lot of people to turn to talk to, and that's when all the other stuff comes. That's part and parcel of it all, really. And you don't want to come onto, let's say, YouTube. And whilst games were a big part of the healing process and not going completely insane, I didn't feel like personality wise it would be something that people would want to view, that people would want to experience. And so that's why I distanced myself from YouTube. I did come back with Resident Evil 7, which I know is unfinished and I will get back to it, but that is the reason why. That was when things are starting to lift up a little bit, but yeah, it was something I had to stop because I knew that things that were going on in my own personal life would eventually start feeding through into the videos. When I was playing the game, I was getting a lot more angry than normal because it's a frustrating game, but it wasn't worth the way I was going on anyway. But yeah, a lot of confusion. If you are watching, it's like, oh, what is he going on about? And the crux of it all is, and I've been wanting to make this video for a long time. Best part of about probably a year and a half, 2 years. I wanted to, but I don't know, I won't admit to it, but I will do. And you will notice, if you are someone who watches this channel and or someone new, if you go back through my videos, you'll notice there's a big period where there's videos every day or videos every few days, and then there'll be periods of just silence for weeks or months. Best example is Resident Evil. I was gone for some time. I came back, done I think 3 videos in the week where it came out or whatever, and then that's been 3 months, and this is the first video back. And the reason for that rise and decline is because I have poor mental health, which you can probably guess, but in specifics, I suffer from bad anxiety and bad depression. So you can understand when you're alone in a house. Well, I had a housemate, don't get us wrong, but in terms of friends, you're alone, with not many people to turn to or talk to, and you always say, why don't you talk to family and stuff? Yeah, that's fine, but when you're 100 miles away, literally, from family, it's a case of I could talk to them, but then that's when the worry will set in, and that's where the worry came from the family when they didn't want us to go back to university, and they didn't want us to be a risk to myself at the end of the day. And yeah, I say that now, and I'm home. As you can see, my lovely surroundings from past videos are back, and I'm here at least for a minimum of 18 months. But I will fail this year. There's no two ways about it, which is a shame. But yeah, this could be the end of the university journey. I can't afford, I'm nearly 24, I can't afford to do an extra year on top of what would be a gap year. So I wouldn't be leaving uni till about 28 then. So 27, 28. It's just it's too much. I'd essentially be going into the world of work at 30, and that's too high a price to pay, unfortunately. So I think, I done 2 years at college. I done 2 years at uni. Both years at uni weren't good, emotion wise. Yeah, the luck was against us in the end, and I think as long as I've said, when I'm 60 or 70, if I make it that far, touch wood, I can look back and say at least I gave it a go, at least I tried. And yeah, maybe if circumstances were different and I didn't have poor mental health, if I didn't fall out with the people who I fell out with, things may have been different. A different path could have been done, but you can't regret something that's never happened at the end of the day. But it's better to look back and say that than look back and say, well, at least you didn't give it a go, you didn't stab at it. Yeah, it has been 4 years of hard work and emotional times as well, but a period I don't regret if I do leave. And like I say, there's probably where I'm at the minute is probably about a 90% chance I'm going to withdraw. So yeah, it's strange in hindsight because I actually watched my other vlog. I won't link it in this one because it'd be stupid to, but I watched the old vlog where it was the most important day of my life, where I went on about, oh, I'm going to university. This is such a big change, and then come to today, and I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna make a vlog where I'm just speaking truthfully to the camera. Yeah, it's a weird feeling. So you'll have to forgive us if I'm a bit nervous or a bit stumbly in this one, because I have not wrote a script or anything like that. I'm just speaking as it comes to me, and it's something I've wanted to do for a while. But I think, truthfully, if I'm honest to myself, the only reason why I would stay on at university is because of the friends that I have down there, and I know that I won't see them again. And I did say that to one of them last week. But that can't be a reason to incur more debt on yourself, especially if you're not feeling that you can do it in the first place. So I'm home. I'm home to see what the tide will bring. Ride the waves of life. So I've put in for jobs, and I've had an interview at a civil service, for the civil service. So at least if that comes through, I will be working. It's a 12-month contract, so if I want to go back to university, then that option is still there. But making money and starting to go forward in life as an adult is more important to me at the minute than being an adult in a young adult's world, because that's the best way to describe university. If you're a mature student, which I am, and you're surrounded by 18, 19-year-olds when you first start at university, for me, so last year, yeah, it can be a bit of a change in environment that you have to get used to. You're out of your comfort zone, and I think that has a hand to play in it as well, and it's something I didn't imagine would affect me. So being older, being more mature, certainly more mature, but yeah, I think the end of it is, I think I passed my sell-by date almost, with university. It was something that I should have grabbed onto more sooner than what I did. Yeah, things may have been different, but no regrets. What's the point in regretting something, because you can't turn back the clock? So yeah, don't know whether I'll actually put this video out, but we'll see. But that explains the whole distant part of YouTube. If you are someone who subscribes to this channel and likes my videos, I know there's very few people who do, but that's not why I do the content I do. I mean, I would say to my friends, the only thing which I would find a respite out of is actually making gameplay videos, making YouTube videos, because I'm doing the hobby that I love the most, which is gaming, and mixing that in with talking and evaluating and experiencing the game in a different light, regardless of who watches it, whether it's one person or whether it's 20 people, whether it's 100 people or whatever. It makes no difference to me whatsoever, because it's a change. It's something where I can actually leave the world I'm used to and just focus on the here and now of playing the game. And to someone, if you're watching this and you don't play games, or you don't really say, why is he doing that for? Why do people do that? That is the reason why. It's an escape, and it's something I've missed for some time, but I just couldn't bring myself to do it because of the problems going on in the old noggin. But yes, this is why I'm making this video, to sort of explain the reasons behind it, but more importantly to say that I am back. He has said for probably the 10th time since starting the channel, I am back properly now. Like I say, I don't have uni work to do, which can sideline commitments to the channel and to growing it and seeing what will happen there. But yeah, so I won't promise daily content, because I'm still not 100%. So it means that I'm going to aim for every other day at least, and I'm going to try and sort out my internet so that I have better upload speed so that I can actually start streaming as well. So the long term goal is to sort the internet out, put videos up every other day, and then every other day where there isn't content to stream. So therefore I am creating a sort of a system and a schedule, because then it brings order to my life as well, rather than just sitting around going, "Oh, do I play Mass Effect today, or do I go and play Star Wars or whatever?" Yeah, so a bit of schedule to what is a pretty chaotic life at the minute, but no worries. There's nothing to worry about. I know probably friends and family will watch this and go, "Okay, so he's doing this." So I'm okay for the minute. We'll see what happens future-wise. I shall update you accordingly, my dear friends. But yeah, that is the situation of what's been going on and has been for some time now. I mean, I have been going through these issues since I was 16, so you can understand that it's a process. But I'm back and I'm here to stay, hopefully. But so I am going to finish series like Batman needs doing, and I don't know whether I'm going to finish Outlast 1 because I'm determined to start Outlast 2 before people get bored of seeing it. And let's face it, everyone's seen it anyway. Overwatch videos and stuff like that, and just go through my list. I've decided to is I'm going to make content that I want to make, in the sense of games that I want to play or games that I want to finish, rather than do what many YouTubers do, and that is create content based on what's out at the minute. Brand new games. There will be games when they come out that I'm looking forward to playing that I will put up straight away, but yeah, don't be surprised if you see games that have been out for several years that I'm putting up because I haven't actually finished them on the channel. But we'll see. When the time comes, I'll do it then. But yes, that's it really. Bit longer than what I thought it was going to be, but it's me. Haha, funny. But I am back. Content will be coming up probably in the next day or so. I'm trying to find exactly what it is I want to start on, but essentially keep an eye out on this space. Yes, and yeah, it feels good. I think I will put this video up. I feel they always say you should talk to a camera or you should talk to someone about your problems. Yeah, a little bit better, but we'll see how it goes. It's a process. But anyway, thanks for watching as always. If you did watch this video and you think, actually, let's see where this goes, hit subscribe and like the video if you did. But as always, until we meet again, bye bye.